I did not get a new guitar, guys. This is actually a very old guitar, and it's not even mine. It belongs to a really good friend of mine. More on that story at the end of the video. It's kind of interesting. But in any case, I wanted to showcase this guitar for a couple of reasons. When I saw it sitting in the studio, I'm like, man, you know, this would be kind of cool to showcase because it's one of those guitars, if you're looking for like a mid-grade guitar, and you don't want to go out and spend, you know, thousands of dollars, because you guys see the prices on guitars these days, they have skyrocketed, but you can find some good deals on some of the older stuff these days, right? So this is an Ibanez S470. Now, this was, I believe, originally released back in 1992. I think from 92 to 99, it was made in Japan. They made another version of the 470, and forgive me if some of this stuff's wrong, I'm just getting this off of the Ibanez fandom site. But in 95, I believe they started also making this model in Korea as well, from 95 to 2001. And after that, they reissued this model, the S470, in 2003. And I think it was still made in Korea from 03 to 08, and then 08 to 09, it was made in Indonesia. And they just had a few spec changes. I think the bridge was different, the inlays were different, maybe the pickups, something like that. We're pretty sure this model was made between 95 and 2001, mainly because some of the specs that we have on here, which we'll run through that right now. And my buddy said he thinks he got this like in the late 90s, early 2000s. Man, just like kind of rewinding time, you know, back to those days. Like I'm almost 50 years old. I'll be 50 in May, and I'm just thinking back in those days what I was doing musically and stuff. Anyway, so the kind of typical specs, if you will. We've got a mahogany body here. I know, guys, I'm not crazy about the color. The owner's not really crazy about the color. Drew, why did you get this color, dude? In any case, you've got the mahogany body. You also have a wizard neck. You've got the maple wizard neck here. I don't know if this is a wizard 2 or the wizard before that. I'm not really sure. Like, real quick, if I hold it up, this is my Ibanez, the RG1570, the Prestige. Now, this model was made in Japan. I think this guitar, and I love this guitar, I think it was made probably around 2001, 2002, something like that. But you can see the difference in the necks here. So this is the guitar we're talking about today, the S470. You can see the difference. The S470 is a bit thicker. My Ibanez, my RG1570, man, really thin. And if we turn this way, there's not really a major difference between the width. I would say the S470 is actually a little bit wider. So it's got a slightly bigger neck overall, right? And that's more of a preference. That's neither one of those are good or bad. It's just what you like. I mean, I like the way both these guitars feel. I like my RG1570, of course. That's just, you know, that's been my go-to guitar for a long time. But in any case, so this one has the Axis, the old Axis pickups here, the AS1 single coil, and then of course the AX2, your humbuckers, AX1 and 2. You've got, of course, the 5-way switch, typical volume tone knob here. You got where your input jack goes in right there. I think that's kind of the same on most S-series. And the bridge here, you've got the Ibanez Low TRS Trim 2. And I believe these are licensed under Floyd Rose here. But yeah, that's pretty much the, you know, typical specs here. They're passive pickups, so no battery, which is cool. So let's plug this thing in real quick. I want you to hear what this sounds like without the full mix, just by itself. Because these pickups, I will say that they're different sounding. They're definitely different, even than other passive pickups that you might play in other guitars. I know some people will say pickups don't matter. It's all the cab or the amp or the gain and all that. But me personally, and just, I mean, I've been playing guitar since 1989. I think everything matters, even if it's a subtle difference. A lot of times, too, it might not even be something you really hear, but it might be just the way it resonates, the way it feels, right, when you're actually playing. So anyway, I'm not going to get into that argument, but what I will do is I will play a couple of riffs, just short riffs, side by side with these guitars. Not really comparing them to say one's better than the other. I mean, again, my RG1570 Prestige here, made in Japan. I mean, this is a really nice guitar, so I expect it. I know this plays better, right? Because I play both of them now, and I like the way this sounds. But I would like just to hear the differences, let you hear the differences, right? So let's do that real quick. Let's play a couple tunes. And then I'll tell you about the dude that I'm borrowing this guitar from to do this video for you. So one thing I didn't mention real quick, by the way, this thing plays nice. I'm liking this. I know I said earlier that, well, obviously my Japanese RG1570 plays a lot better, or plays better. I wouldn't say a lot better. This thing plays really smooth. I'm starting to get used to it. But I did not mention earlier that this guitar, the S470, only has 22 frets. So it's not the 24 fretters that we're kind of, a lot of us are used to. But I'm getting used to that. Actually, there's not really much to get used to. It's just less frets. So it kind of like simplifies things, if that makes sense. And there's a part of me that's liking that a little bit better, I'll have to admit. Anyway, let me plug in my RG1570. What I'll do is I'll play just kind of a few simple riffs, right? And I'll just play them back to back with both guitars back to back here, okay? So we'll just see if there's any major difference. All right, one more short tone that I want to share with you here, and I'll kind of let you know my thoughts after playing them back to back. You know, I mean, I played my Ibanez back there. I've been playing that since like 2009, and of course, I've only been playing this for not even a full day, right? So I'll give you some more thoughts on what you just heard just now. I want to quickly though plug this into a real amplifier, so I'm not going to record this direct. Real quick, so just so you know, what I've been recording with, what you've heard up to this point, is Bogren Digital's 51, I think it's the 5159 amp sim. It's a BDH amp knob. You guys have seen this on my channel here. I've got a full review and demo of that. Without going too deep into that, I'll throw that link in the description of this video, and of course at the end if you guys want to go check that out. Pretty cool tones. I mean, that's kind of what you've been hearing a lot of on my channel over the past several months now. So yeah, check that video out next, but let's plug this in through a real amplifier. I won't be recording this direct, so you'll just kind of hear it in the room here. This is the Black Star HT Venue MK3. Let's check it out. Now, going back to comparing this between my Ibanez RG1570 Prestige, and again, this is the S470, is there a substantial difference between the two as far as playability? Not really. Again, I'm getting used to the 22 frets here. It just simplifies things a little bit, which you guys know I like to keep things simple. As far as the sound goes, I would say the pickups, which are stock in my RG1570, they are the V7 and V8 pickups. In fact, you saw a video on my channel where I changed those pickups out. But then, like, after 3 or 4 weeks, I put the stocks back in. I kind of missed them, and I started really getting used to them. They grew on me over time, and now I like them a lot. I would say these pickups here, the Axis, right? These are Ibanez pickups, the AH1 and AH2, specifically what I played through here. I would say I like my V7 V8s a little bit better. I think they're a little bit more cleaner. They have a little bit more punch. Again, I know some people say the pickups don't matter. To me, I can hear the difference, and more so I can feel the difference. You know, when you're playing, when you're hitting those notes, I can tell the difference. I don't know if you guys can. You know, to each their own on that thing, man. If you want to say pickups don't matter, then I guess they don't matter to you. To me, I can tell the difference, though. Of course, you could pick up a guitar like this, the S470, again, pre-owned for a really good price. On any of like the gear exchange websites out there, you could find something like this, and if you wanted to put higher end like DiMarzio's or something like that in here, well, you could do that. I mean, you know, you could church it up, right? In any case, whose guitar is this? Well, this guitar belongs to my good friend Drew. He is the host of the Drinking with Drew show, Tampa Bay's #1 podcast. I'll link to his channel in the description here if you guys like just free-form content where we just talk about stuff, you know. It's pretty cool. I always have a good time going on the show. But yeah, he's got a bunch of cool guitars in here. He's got the Dean Kerry King V, which that's a pretty awesome guitar. Actually, we have a video on that on my channel. I'll put a bunch of links to videos, of course, Drew's channel, and a bunch of other relevant videos in the description here if you guys want to browse around after this video. And then you scroll over here, you can see his Jackson. Now, a quick story behind this Jackson here. So Drew actually played that guitar live with me about a year ago at a show we did, the Brass Mug in Tampa. We played my songs off my latest album, Overcometh, and he played this guitar on stage. And that's a really nice Jackson guitar, by the way. Really cool. I might have to take that from Drew and put that guitar on this channel. And he's had this in there sitting on the wall or on the wall hanger forever. And I just saw it. I'm like, you know, I've played S series before, but I haven't really messed around with them that much. And I'm like, why don't I take this home and restring it for you, just clean it up a little bit, because it had been just sitting on the wall, you know, and figured I'd shoot a video. Because again, this is a great, like, mid-grade budget-friendly guitar if you can find them pre-owned. Now, I'm not completely biased towards Ibanez. I love Jackson guitars. I love ESP and LTD guitars. I mean, you want to go budget friendly for quality, I think LTDs are great. But this is a great guitar as well. I've been playing a lot of Dean guitars lately. I've had several Dean guitars on my channel here. I'll link to those videos too. You might be seeing more Dean on my channel soon, so stay tuned for that. They've got some stuff coming out this year. But in any case, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, really cool guitar. I just wanted to share this with you guys. I do wish it was a different color, but I mean, I'm sure they come in different colors than, what is this, turquoise or something like that. If you've got this model, any of the models, because again, they have a couple iterations of the S470. Hey, drop a comment. Let me know what you have, or if you have like a mid-grade Ibanez that you just really love, or any mid-grade guitar that you think is worthy of mentioning, drop that in the comments. I'd love to hear about those and read those. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video once again. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the day and week and month and year and just awesome life. I wish that for you guys. I really do. Hey, keep it metal and keep playing music.